Are you aware that a silent killer may be hiding in your pantry? In today's video, we're uncovering the shocking truth about excess salt consumption and its hidden consequences on your health. Get ready to discover the surprising effects of salt on your body, and more importantly, learn practical strategies to take control of your salt intake. Stay tuned as we unveil the secrets to maintaining a healthy balance and safeguarding your well-being. Welcome to Meducatives. This is the official YouTube channel of www.meducatives.com. We believe that awareness is everything, and our goal is to promote it. High blood pressure. High blood pressure, or hypertension, is a significant health concern associated with excessive salt intake. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, consuming too much salt can disrupt the natural balance of sodium and potassium in the body. This imbalance affects the ability of blood vessels to relax and constrict, leading to higher blood pressure levels. The AHA states, a high sodium diet can increase blood pressure in some people. The American Heart Association recommends that most adults aim to consume no more than 2,300 milligrams mg of sodium per day, which is about a teaspoon of salt. The WHO also recognizes the impact of salt on blood pressure. They highlight that reducing salt intake is one of the key measures to prevent and control high blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for cardiovascular diseases. The National Kidney Foundation states, consuming excess salt makes the kidneys work harder and may cause kidney problems over time. They emphasize the importance of maintaining a healthy salt intake to protect kidney function. Additionally, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, indicates that reducing salt intake can lower the risk of developing high blood pressure and its related complications, such as heart disease and stroke. Overall, excessive salt intake can disrupt the delicate balance of fluids and electrolytes in the body, leading to increased blood pressure. The strain on the cardiovascular system can have long-term consequences, including an elevated risk of heart disease, stroke, and kidney problems. Cardiovascular diseases. High blood pressure resulting from excessive salt intake is indeed recognized as a significant risk factor for cardiovascular diseases. The American Heart Association, AHA, emphasizes the impact of high blood pressure on cardiovascular health. They state that elevated blood pressure can damage the delicate lining of blood vessels, leading to the formation of arterial plaque. Over time, this plaque buildup narrows the arteries, impeding blood flow and increasing the risk of conditions such as coronary artery disease, heart attacks, and heart failure. The AHA further highlights the role of excessive salt consumption in contributing to high blood pressure and cardiovascular diseases. They recommend limiting daily sodium intake to no more than 2,300 milligrams mg, or about a teaspoon of salt, as part of their guidelines to reduce the risk of heart disease. The World Health Organization also recognizes the connection between salt intake, blood pressure, and cardiovascular diseases. According to their statistics, raised blood pressure accounts for nearly 13% of global deaths, with approximately 54% of strokes and 47% of coronary artery disease cases attributed to high blood pressure. In their efforts to promote cardiovascular health, the American Heart Association and the World Health Organization both emphasize the importance of reducing salt intake as a preventive measure against cardiovascular diseases. Their recommendations are based on extensive research and evidence showing the detrimental effects of excess salt consumption on blood pressure and cardiovascular health. By limiting salt intake, individuals can help manage their blood pressure levels, reduce the strain on the cardiovascular system, and mitigate the risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, including coronary artery disease, heart attacks, and heart failure. Fluid retention and edema. Excess salt intake can contribute to fluid retention, resulting in a condition called edema. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, consuming too much salt can cause the body to retain water. The AHA explains that excessive salt intake disrupts the balance of fluids in the body, leading to fluid accumulation in tissues. This fluid retention often manifests as swelling, commonly observed in the ankles, feet, and hands. The National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, NIDDK, a part of the U.S. National Institutes of Health, highlights that excessive salt intake can exacerbate fluid retention and contribute to edema. They note that edema can be uncomfortable, limit mobility, and potentially indicate an underlying health issue that needs attention. Moreover, the World Health Organization recognizes the impact of high salt intake on fluid balance and edema. They emphasize the importance of reducing salt consumption to prevent fluid retention and related complications. Excessive fluid retention and edema can cause discomfort, affect daily activities, and indicate potential health concerns. By managing salt intake and maintaining a balanced diet, individuals can help regulate fluid balance and reduce the risk of edema. It's worth noting that the severity of fluid retention and edema can vary depending on individual factors, such as overall health and existing medical conditions. Consulting with healthcare professionals or organizations like the American Heart Association and the World Health Organization can provide further guidance on managing fluid balance and reducing the risk of edema through appropriate salt consumption. Kidney problems. The National Kidney Foundation, NKF, acknowledges the strain that high salt intake places on the kidneys. They explain that when salt intake is high, the kidneys must work harder to remove excess sodium from the bloodstream. This increased workload can potentially lead to kidney dysfunction, impaired filtration, and an increased risk of kidney stones. The American Heart Association, AHA, also highlights the connection between high salt intake and kidney problems. They state that reducing salt consumption is important for maintaining kidney health and preventing kidney disease. The World Health Organization emphasizes the impact of high salt intake on kidney function. According to their data, around 1.7 million deaths per year are attributable to high sodium consumption, with kidney disease being one of the significant outcomes. By reducing salt intake, individuals can alleviate the strain on their kidneys and promote better kidney health. The WHO recommends limiting sodium intake to less than 2 grams per day, equivalent to approximately 5 grams of salt. Osteoporosis. Excessive salt consumption has been associated with potential implications for bone health, including the risk of osteoporosis. While the exact mechanisms are still being studied, the National Osteoporosis Foundation, NOF, acknowledges that high salt intake may contribute to the loss of calcium from the bones. They explain that when the body consumes too much salt, it increases the amount of calcium excreted in urine. Over time, this calcium loss can weaken the bones, leading to reduced bone density and an increased risk of osteoporosis and fractures. The International Osteoporosis Foundation, IOF, also highlights the potential impact of excessive salt consumption on bone health. They mention that high salt intake has been associated with increased urinary calcium excretion, which can disrupt the delicate balance of calcium in the body and contribute to bone loss. The World Health Organization recognizes the importance of a balanced diet for optimal bone health. While they do not specifically address salt intake in relation to osteoporosis, they emphasize the significance of a well-rounded diet that includes adequate nutrients, including calcium, for maintaining healthy bones. If you've consumed excessive salt through junk food and want to mitigate its impact, here are some strategies that can help. Drink plenty of water. Increasing your water intake can help flush out excess sodium from your body and promote hydration. Drinking more water than your average intake can aid in diluting the sodium concentration in your system. Incorporate potassium-rich foods. Potassium helps counterbalance the effects of sodium on blood pressure. Include foods rich in potassium, such as bananas, spinach, sweet potatoes, avocados, and oranges, in your meals. Potassium helps regulate fluid balance and supports healthy blood pressure levels. Consume electrolyte balancing foods. Some foods can help restore electrolyte balance in your body. Opt for foods that are rich in electrolytes like magnesium, calcium, and potassium. Examples include leafy greens, yogurt, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Engage in physical activity. Regular exercise can help you sweat and eliminate some of the excess sodium from your body. Choose low-sodium meals. In the following meals and days, prioritize consuming low-sodium options to counterbalance the effects of the high-salt meal. Practice mindful eating. Pay attention to your body's hunger and fullness cues, as well as your cravings. Mindful eating can help you become more aware of your food choices and make healthier decisions in the long run. In conclusion, excess salt intake can have serious consequences on our health, including high blood pressure, cardiovascular diseases, kidney problems, and bone health issues. It's crucial to adopt a balanced diet, rich in whole foods and low in processed and high-sodium options. By incorporating fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, we can restore the natural balance our bodies need. Remember to listen to your body, be mindful of your salt cravings, and consult healthcare professionals for personalized guidance. Let's commit to a healthier lifestyle, making well-informed choices for our well-being. Together, we can reduce our salt intake, protect our bodies, and enjoy a life of optimal health and vitality. Thanks for watching. Please visit our website www.meducatives.com.